William Shakespeare, one of the greatest playwrights and poets in history. He was born in April 1564. He was born in the small town of Stratford-upon-Avon, England. Stratford-upon-Avon was surrounded by beautiful countryside, and young William likely spent much of his time outdoors, exploring the fields and forests. This connection to nature would later influence his writing. William was the third of 8 children in his family. His father was a glove maker and a respected figure in the town. His mother came from a well-off family. Growing up, William would have been surrounded by the love and support of his parents and siblings. William attended the local grammar school, known as the King's New School, where he learned Latin and Greek. His education was the foundation of his later literary achievements. Although records of his childhood are scarce, it is believed that young William was a bright and curious student. During his youth, traveling theatre companies visited his town. William would have been exposed to the magic of the stage, sparking his interest in theatre and performance. He started to really love the world of theatre and acting. As William grew older, he decided to leave his hometown and head to London. It was a big step, but he was filled with excitement and dreams of becoming part of the world of theatre. In London, William began his theatre career as an actor. He stood on the stage, learning the art of performance firsthand. This experience would prove incredibly important, as he later became a famous playwright. While working in the theatre, something wonderful happened. William's creative spark ignited, and he started writing plays. These early plays would become the foundation of his incredible career as a playwright. He began to understand the art of storytelling and performance. This understanding sparked a desire to create stories of his own. At first, Shakespeare wrote small pieces, like poems and short plays. These early works were like practice runs, where he honed his skills and discovered his unique style. He was like an artist learning to paint with words. With time, Shakespeare found his own voice as a writer. He started writing full-length plays that were not only well-crafted, but also filled with powerful characters and exciting stories. His talent for writing was becoming clear to everyone. One of the turning points in Shakespeare's writing career was his association with the Globe Theatre. This famous theatre became the stage for many of his greatest works. It was like the perfect canvas for his storytelling. As Shakespeare's plays were performed and appreciated, they began to be printed and published. This meant that people all over England could read and enjoy his works. His fame as a playwright was spreading far and wide. William Shakespeare's journey as a writer was just beginning. He would go on to write some of the most famous plays and poems in the English language. During this time, he wrote some of his most famous and enduring works, including Macbeth, Othello, and The Tempest. His talent for crafting stories and characters reached new heights. Shakespeare's talent as a playwright didn't go unnoticed. His plays and poetry have been translated into countless languages. and are performed on stages worldwide. His words and phrases have become part of everyday speech. Shakespeare's stories are like timeless treasures. Even though he lived a long time ago, people still love and enjoy his plays and poems today. When he first started out, becoming a successful playwright wasn't easy. One of his earliest challenges was the blank page. Just like any writer, he had to sit down and create stories from scratch. Sometimes, the words flowed effortlessly, but other times, he might have struggled to find just the right words to express his ideas. As his reputation as a playwright grew, so did the expectations placed on him. People eagerly awaited his next masterpiece. This creative pressure could have been daunting. But Shakespeare continued to produce remarkable works. Shakespeare's writing had a profound influence on the English language. He coined and popularized many words and phrases that we still use today. However, introducing new language could have been challenging for his audience. Also, the theatre in Shakespeare's time was ever-changing. He had to adapt to different audiences, venues, and trends. Despite his fame, his income as a playwright and actor could fluctuate. There were times of financial stability, and times when he faced financial challenges. Shakespeare's financial journey resembled a roller coaster, with fluctuating earnings from his playwriting endeavors. While some of his plays generated substantial income, others took time to gain recognition. There were many other playwrights trying to make a name for themselves. He had to compete with others to get his plays on stage and noticed. Shakespeare's love life and family played significant roles in his life. He married Anne Hathaway when he was 18, and they had 3 children together, while Shakespeare spent much of his time in London. His family remained in Stratford-upon-Avon. This separation between his professional life in the city and his family life in the countryside is a notable aspect of his personal story. On April 23, 1616, in the peaceful town of Stratford-upon-Avon, William Shakespeare took his last breath. He died at the age of 51 years old. The exact details of William Shakespeare's death remain a bit of a mystery. His passing marked the end of an era. His words and wisdom would continue to resonate through the ages.